Doing cocaine with Grandma. Good morning, Internet. What a great way to start your day by listening to some records. Or a record? I don't know. Listen to as many records as you fucking want. I'm gonna listen to one record, and then I'm gonna tell you about it. What's in my record collection? That's the name of the show. My name's Ninja Mind Control. Yeah, we always start this out with the choosering, the choosering, the choosering! It's just where I choose the record. It's very exciting. It doesn't get any more exciting than choosing the record. So if you watch that part and you're like, well, that was great, it's not going to get any better. So, you just turn it off after that. That's fine. But let's, those are all the records I picked before. Let's get to it. Let's come over here to my record collection. I just added like, how many records? Maybe like 10 records or something. I just shoved in there. So more records on the way. It was actually, I didn't go out and buy any. I just, I had a pile miscellaneously laying around somewhere else. And I was like, I should put this back in the stack. But I do buy records periodically, so there will be new ones showing up. But in case you don't know, you haven't been to the show before, what I do is I pick a record out randomly. I don't know what I'm going to pick, and then I listen to it, and then I tell you about it. So these are all out of order. I used to have this gimmick where I would ask people to, tell me which side to choose from, but then nobody ever did, because I don't really have any subscribers right now. And on top of that, I realized I was kind of filming these ahead of time, so it really didn't work very well. So I'm just gonna pick fucking randomly. So let's just get in here. Just get in here. Got my eyes closed. I don't know what side I picked from last time. Let us see. What is this thing? It's got a plastic cover. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. Oh shit! I picked up fucking 2 records. Well, I'm just gonna do the one on the top. Oops. I made a mistake, Internet. Oh, I'm not going to edit it out. You just got to put up with it. The other one was Duran Duran. Oh, you'll get to hear that later. That's going back in the pile. Go away, Duran Duran. We don't need you right now. Meat Joy. Oh, Meat Joy. Oh, I got this not that long ago. This has, what's that actor's name? This is a band that a kind of famous actor, an actor that you probably heard of, who I can't remember right now. Sorry, actor guy. I'll find out in between when I'm listening to the record. But yeah, there was an actor who's in a bunch of independent movies, and he was in a band way back in the day called Meat Joy. Does it even have? I really like this cover. Honestly, I think we'll talk. I'll get into the cover later. All right, Meat Joy. I'm gonna listen to the. Does it even have a title? Is there a name of this album? It's just called Meat Joy. I think that's just the name of the band. Self-titled album, Meat Joy. Cool. Be back in a minute. Kitty buddy. That's my best buddy right there. Kitty buddy. Who's your kitty buddy? Who's your kitty buddy? It's you. That's my old kitty. My old 16-year-old cat. Say hi to the camera. He can't see anything. He just recently went totally blind. I know it's totally late, but we're taking good care of him. Hey, he looks comfy, huh? You doing alright, pal? He's hanging out with me while I do my record review. Reaction. Whatever the hell you want to call it. Alright, enough about cats. Let's talk about Meat Joy. Where do I even begin with Meat Joy? Man, I'm a fan. I'm gonna go to their next concert whenever they go on tour. Sadly, they're never gonna go on tour. This album is from 1984. I think they broke up in 1985. Oh, the actor who was in it is John Hawkes, if you know who that is. Look him up on the internet. I mean, you're on the internet right now, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you. Just do an image search. You'll see the guy and you'll be like, oh, that guy! Because he's been in a ton of stuff. He was in the band. It looks like there were hella people in this band. Maybe like 6 or 7 people. It was very, very enjoyable. What would I call this music? What would I categorize this music? I guess I'd call it alternative rock. Really, really early alternative rock, like before alternative rock was a thing. I mean, 1984. If these guys had hung on 5 more years, I think they would have got caught up in the grunge alt rock era and probably would have been, I don't know, who knows? You never know what would happen, but I mean, I think they were good. I think they could have been, the people would have known who they were. They were amazing. So what do I like about it? Instead of just gushing about it, why don't I tell you specifically what I like about it? It is an independent rock record. I really liked it because I think it exemplifies just about every single thing that I like about independent rock music. I'm pretty sure they produced this all themselves. It sounds like this was not recorded in a studio. It sounds like this was probably recorded in somebody's living room or several living rooms. So I've talked about this before. Now it's totally fine to have, like, you look over there, you see your Van Halen and your Dokken and maybe even your Bob Dylan. But a lot of the records that I've already discussed, all of those were studio recordings, man. They had, the best musicians, they had the best gear, they had the best, mixers and all the sound people, and so they were able to get, probably the very best recordings they could at the time whenever any of those records were made. What I really like about this type of music, bands like Meat Joy, is it doesn't sound like that. It doesn't sound perfect. It sounds like it was made in somebody's garage or somebody's living room, and the sound isn't absolutely perfect, and it has a nice, I mentioned this before in another video, I really like that room quality sound. So if you're in any particular room, if you use a mic that captures the whole sound of the room, it can lend something, I guess you generically could call it like a warmth to the music, and this has it in spades. I mean, every one of these songs, like I said, must have been recorded in a living room or somebody's house. Not professionally tight like you're used to with most studio albums, which I really appreciate. I like that sound. It gives it a unique quality. It was unique to when these guys recorded it, where they recorded it, how they recorded it, what they used. And the other thing I really liked about it, because it wasn't a studio album, this is like pure art, man. This is like, these guys did it all themselves. I literally think every bit of this, except maybe for the pressing of the record, they did themselves. They might have even done the pressing of the record. I don't know. I really like the sound. Sometimes it's called like lo-fi recording. I'm a big fan of lo-fi recording. I like studio recordings just fine. I think they're totally appropriate for certain things. But I also think there's like a whole host of music out there that, people are just making on their own. It's just like what you might call like art rock or art music. And this definitely fits that category. So what does the music sound like? It's kind of all over the place. When I looked them up online, somebody was kind of listing them. They were listed as punk, and I think that's because they just didn't have a label for this type of music. They didn't have alt rock back in 1984, so they got put under the punk banner, I guess, which is fine. I mean, there's definitely something subversive about this album. It's funny, it's crazily recorded. They use a ton of instruments. They really go for it. I mean, their lyrics are hilarious. They make funny voice. I mean, it's hard. It's kind of hard to describe. I feel like this is something you have to listen to. But I think if you heard it, you'd be like, oh, I recognize this as sort of like alt art rock. I really liked it. I really appreciated it. I thought everybody did a good job. Like I said, it's not crystal clear perfect like a studio album, but really cool nonetheless. Definitely worth checking out. I don't even know if you can find this anymore. I can't remember how I got this. I must have found this at the. Did one of my friends give this to me? I can't remember. I think I just found it at the store, and I saw that, and I was just like, I think I'm just gonna get that based on the cover. I don't even know what the cover is, but it just looked intriguing to me. So yeah, let's talk about the cover. It's all looks like it's screen printed, and from what I read, a little bit that's on the internet about these guys, they did all this themselves. I don't really even know what the image is, but it still looks kind of cool. It's neat. I don't know if that's like a meat hook or what that is. You can see the the paint that got slopped over when they were doing the screen printing. That's so I love it. I love it. I love this stuff. You know, it has the feeling of like a real artifact made by real people, whereas the other ones were all like printed by machines. This was made by human hands, you know, real human hands. Homemade. This is a homemade album. And on the back you can really tell it's a homemade album. So I'll flip it over. You know, it's just like, you know, there's a little picture of the guy there, all in pen. And then this is just a big, I don't know if that's some sort of Rorschach test or it's supposed to be something, but you could feel the texture of the paint. That's really cool. So somebody wrote in pen, Meat Joy. I mean, all very DIY. I'll absolutely love it. Let's look on the inside. What do they have on the inside? Where is the... Here it is on this side. Pull out. Is this exciting? Isn't this exciting watching me fumble around? I can't get... I should probably pull this shit out ahead of time, but I'm be surprised. Oh my god, look what they have. Look at all the insert stuff. Oh my god, it's so cool. I think there's something else in here. Yeah, there's one more thing. Sorry. Get this out. Badly prepared, like for usual. What do they got here? So they got... I love inserts. It's so cool. This is a great thing about records. They got Meat Joy. They got a picture of the band. It's kind of hard to see. It's bad. It was a badly Xerox copy when they did it. And it's got all the song titles. This one here I really like. If I had to recommend something for you to sample Meat Joy to kind of see what they're all about, it would be this song. If I can find it online, I'm gonna put it in the link. And you can check it out for yourself. It's called For When Love Is Irrelevance. I think it has... I think it's a perfect example. It's got crazy out-of-tune chords, but they all sound... Somehow they make it sound great. It's like a 7-minute song. They're all going crazy. It's a great fun mess of a song. And let's see, what else do they have? Then I don't know what this is. They included like a couple pages. Looking up there, it says 6. This is like I don't know if somebody was making their own comic, or I have no idea, but they just included this. It's like, oh, it's like 2 pages out of a comic book you never heard of, that it's just in there. It's fucking amazing. It's so rad. You know, I guess probably one of the people in the band either had a comic or something. I'm wondering if they like had different pages in different records or something. Like he bought another record and had different pages. I don't know. Kind of cool. Just fun. It's just fun. They had fun. They're just having a good time. This is really neat. I like this a lot. These are all the lyrics, but they wrote them out as prose. So it's just each paragraph are the lyrics to a specific song. So that paragraph, song 1, that paragraph, song 2. But it just doesn't look you know, it looks like you would be reading, you know, just reading a couple pages out of a book or something. You wouldn't necessarily think those are lyrics, but those are the lyrics. It's just neat. It's just fun. I love this stuff. I mean, what's fun about records is they're an opportunity for people to do something artistic and hopefully do something fun and interesting. And I think these guys really went to town on it. They really did this. And like I said, I think this is completely them. I think this is all self-published. There's no record executive telling them what they could and couldn't do, so they just fucking did everything they wanted to do. Which I fucking totally love. And then they have... That's their fucking... Oh, no, wait, that's the list of... Thank you, sorry. That list right there, if you can read it, is the list of all the instruments that they used. Which is pretty amazing. And you can really hear it in the album. They go pretty nuts. A lot of fun. Just to, you know, I wish... It's fun to do you listen to any records and do what's in my record collection. I mean, I enjoyed, you know, I like doing Van Halen and Dokken and all those other ones, Solaris, all that shit. But what's really fun for a record collector, someone who loves records and loves music, is to find something like this, something that you weren't expecting, you don't know anything about. You just buy it from the cover, and you think, oh, that's kind of neat. I wonder, I just can't. Maybe my buddy bought it, and I really don't remember. It's just stoner brain sometimes. But, you know, this definitely is something I probably would have bought just based on the cover, because it's so fucking weird and cool. But I mean, this is the fun about buying records, is that, and especially with people like this who had free reign to do whatever they want. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get. I didn't know I was gonna get all these cool inserts with all this cool stuff. And it was just people who just went for it, you know. I love that. I love that that artistic endeavor. They just really went for it. So a lot of Meat Joy, a lot of fun. Like I said, I don't know that you're gonna be able. Maybe they have an album on. They have this album on YouTube. I would check it out if you like alternative rock. Or you like lo-fi recordings, room recordings. You know, kind of weird music. I mean, maybe it doesn't sound so weird now, but for 1984, I think these guys were way ahead of their time. They were way pre alternative rock, and like I said, if I think they would have stuck together, they probably would have become pretty popular. They were cool. They were cool. Meat Joy, you were cool. I don't know if they have any other albums. If they do, I'll look for them. John Hawks, if you're watching it. With all my other 20 subscribers, you know, put in the comments if there's another Meat Joy album we ought to be trying to find. Yeah, Meat Joy, cool shit, man. All right, till the next time, I'll see you later, internets.